What up, everybody? This is Carlos, CEO of GAR Capital. Welcome to our morning note. Just checking the news now. Hope everyone's having a nice morning. I'm trying to see some news here. All right, 9 a.m. morning note. Ready to rock. So let's do this. Okay, looking at futures here. Dow futures are down 78. Most of that's going to be Boeing. Nasdaq is basically flat, and Nasdaq futures are flat-ish, down 5 handles. So not much to be worried about here. A couple things we're looking at. MU, we had that freebie, I believe it was 2 days ago, and then we opened up, we got profit. It was upgraded by Morgan Stanley, looking good. So if you still have those those calls, those 60 calls that we called out on Instagram, you're in the money. So congratulations to you. We got our profit, and we got out, and we're happy with it. Looking at a couple of moves here. I do have an AMD call open. I have Apple's open. And I also have a personal plan on Amazon. It's bouncing right off that 200-day moving average. AMD needs a little room. With Micron boosting, AMD should boost as well. Same thing with the other chip makers like, was it Western Digital? They were upgraded as well, so they were green. Tesla looking pretty solid here. Nice little bounce back. A little bit of a fall overnight, but then just bounce back as well, 564.54. I wouldn't play the 600 calls for this week. You'd have to be very, very, very lucky to get those. But again, if we kind of see, maybe we could break 581 maybe, I can maybe start taking a look for next week's calls. Remember, they do report earnings, I think, in a couple of weeks. Not, I believe, like in 12 days they do. That's going to be very interesting to see. I do have a long position on E-mini futures, micro E-mini futures right now, 33.14. That's where I have right now, so I'm basically break even for the most part. A couple of things I want to look at for some snacks here. I'll look at Win. Oops, if I can get Win open. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, now my keyboard doesn't want to work. Okay, well, I can just go back to Win. I think I had it here. There you go, I can just type here since my keyboard doesn't want to work. Looking at the Win here, Win is right at the fib level, 38.2 fib, 134.75. Las Vegas Sands is also a good one, but Win has better options. If we break down below this fib line, I would want to go ahead and play some puts because of the China fears of the coronavirus. That'd be something to look at. Let's go ahead and expand Win a little bit. You could see we do have that breakdown. Since we're right now at that fib line, we could see a little bit more to the downside. Maybe even hit that 200-day, maybe that 100-day of 122.68 on the daily. That could be something we could look at. But again, this is going to be a quick scalp if we get it. So again, if it bounces off that support, then we could always play a bounce if it's contained this virus thing. So again, you can always play up or down depending on how we get. If we get a bounce, I would say maybe above 137.19, maybe some 145 calls could be in play. Very tight range that we could do. So let's see what we got. Hey Juan, good morning. Okay, rocking and rolling. Micron, same thing. If we break the highs of 60.75, I placed an alert there, the overnight highs, then I would probably get into some calls as well. But since it's Thursday and we had a short week anyways, let's try to maybe move into next week and see if we can maybe play maybe whatever has volume there, like the 62s or 61s, for example. AMD boosting a little bit off the lows, but it's basically flat from the close. I still think that we can break 52 today. Apple should be able to break 320 today. Obviously, I have calls, so I'm expecting that. Amazon as well should break 1896. Again, we just need a little bit of a boost here, and I think we get it today. Nice little dip buys. But that's where we are for the most part. So I am watching Win. I'm watching Micron. I'm watching AMD, Apple, Amazon, and Tesla. That's basically what I'm watching this week. Today. I have a 600 call expiring tomorrow. Do you think it's going to go up today? I mean, honestly, you're going to be taking a hit because I don't know why you have a 600 call for this week. I don't know when you bought it, but I'd probably get out of that thing. You probably have to cut your losses on that because you're going to run out of time. Unless you plan to roll the option, which would be really expensive, I really would not recommend it. I would kind of get out of that. You're just going to run out of time there. Unless you get a parabolic move to the upside, which yesterday we did, about 7%, I don't think you're going to get that today. Pretty quiet today. I guess no one has any questions on the chat, but that's fine. Totally fine by me. I think we had some numbers that came out for Southwest Airlines. It did break down a little bit, but not tons of moves. So airlines, very difficult to trade. You don't get a lot of movement there. American Airlines, same thing. Not really much going on. So wouldn't want to mess with it. I'm really watching Win. Win is something that I want to trade today if we get the move that we want. BA movement today. Let's take a look. BA is moving it almost every day. Yeah, looks like we're chilling right at that fib, 308.36. If it breaks down below 300, I think we have a little more pain ahead. If it breaks down below 300, I'm kind of looking for a 270 level. If it gets around 270, I would definitely want to buy some shares personally, some dip buy. But right now, I'm not trying to catch a falling knife with calls. You don't know what the hell's going to happen. Boeing is all over the place, and I'd rather just sit it out at this level, especially on a Thursday, if you're trying to trade for expiry. But BA is going to move. Of course it will. And it's actually green pre-market, which is strange. I wonder what's moving the Dow, because S&P and NASDAQ are flat. So it really doesn't make any sense. Apple's basically flat. Amazon's basically flat. I'd have to take a look and see what's up. Hey, good morning. What do you think about PayPal? Okay, PayPal, I think we asked about that yesterday. Same thing. PayPal doesn't have a ton of options. And we need to break that high of 117.63. We hit it overnight, but then it still hasn't done anything. I was looking at it yesterday. It looks nice, but there's no options volume. And we're not going to buy something that doesn't have options volume because then we can't sell it. So it's no point. I still have my alerts placed for PayPal. PayPal, it is green pre-market, but I got to have people to trade it. And I need some volume there to trade it. I can't just buy it and not sell it. If that's the case, just buy the stock itself. Can you explain how you're interested in Win, please? I don't see how you initiate puts. It looks like it could go reverse back then down. Well, again, this is all pre-market. We don't know. I have two alerts up. I have the 133.82, which is my alert for the downside. Doesn't mean I'm going to get in. It's just something I'm going to look at. Remember, Win has Macau operations in China. So again, they're like a China proxy for the gambling in Macau, and especially with all these Chinese headlines, they're all taking a hit. So it can give us an opportunity. Obviously, you could play the bounce too. If it breaks above 137.20 on a bounce, then you could probably play the 140s or 145s. Again, it's really, really based on price action. That's all. What happened yesterday with the market? No, the only thing with the market, Christian, that happened was that virus thing. That's all that mattered. That virus headline, they're kind of spooking the market, which kind of doesn't make any sense. We've had this issue before with Ebola and Zika virus, but this is the name of the game. NEO, everyone's favorite, NEO. It's a volatile stock, guys. NEO's all over the place. 565, now back down to 460. I mean, we hit a high the other day. I mean, lost $1 right off the rip. Like 20% move. 20% move right off the rip. So again, if you own it, you gotta have the stomach for it, man, because it's all over the place. Right now, I'm not touching NEO. You're welcome. Just getting everything set. Got some new members in, so I have to kind of send them the welcome. I need more coffee. Beyond puts, Juan asks. Let's take a look. Beyond broke above that fib, and it's very volatile. Again, 118.20. Man, it could be this the kind of a double top on an hourly. Could be. I mean, it's just so much, especially on a Thursday. I wouldn't trade it. I would say we revisit on Monday for Beyond, but we need to see some kind of movement. I have a break below 103.75, which is about $15 away from current levels. FB remained flat this week. Maybe some activity for next week. I mean, I'm not going to look at activity for next week, but flat-ish. I mean, you can see it's down pre-market. But yeah, you could see just total range right here since around the 12th of January till now. So about a 10-day range period of just absolutely nothing. So I'd rather you play QQQ instead of FB. FB doesn't really move right now anyways. So I would skip it. Skip it for now. All right, I guess we'll end it here. I don't know if anyone has any more questions. We'll get it rocking. All right, guys, have a great trading day, and may the profits be with you, of course. Have a great one, guys. Of course, GAR Capital on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe and like. We'll talk to you guys soon.